Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Girl Dream Again, the podcast. A place of healing, hope, inspiration, accountability, and more importantly, sisterhood. And in the spirit of sisterhood, I'm not by myself tonight.
Not alone, y'all.
I have my loves with me again. Hey,
We're back.
This is the shy one. So she's here tonight. We're going to pull out of her shell a little bit. But before we get started and kick off, let's just formally introduce you to the beautiful ladies that are on the panel tonight. I'm going to have them do their own self-introduction. I'm going to start here so that we make here comfortable, okay?
Hey, good evening, everyone. I am Tracy Barber. How are you all doing? I am the owner of Serenity Spa Jacks here in the beautiful city of Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes. And I am Denise Armstrong. I am the CEO of First to Food Financial and Invest with Her Club. And I'm here in Jackson. I like to help people get out of their own way to be their best self. So, hey, y'all.
You have the most soothing voice.
Thank you.
You have a voice that heals.
I love that. I accept that. I love that.
So me. Hello, you all. I am Shantell Manning. I guess I would consider myself the body of Girl Dream Again. This is the head. I'm the body.
Absolutely right.
I love that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good.
I love that.
Oh, good girl. You see her? Just takes a little development. Well, thank you all again so much for coming back and rocking out with us again this week. As you know, periodically we like to bring you real life content, real life conversations that we can use in our day-to-day lives. And so one of the things, and we'll segue it right into what our topic is tonight. One of the things that I have always been a stickler about is support systems.
So important.
And why support systems matter. Support systems matter, especially when we talk about dreaming again, when we talk about getting started, when we talk about getting to become our very best self.
Right.
It is important who we surround ourselves with. And I dare to say that sometimes many people will not and have not gotten to their place because bad company corrupts good manner, right?
That's the word.
Exactly.
That's exactly right. And so sometimes it can be us, but we can be a product of that environment that we associate ourselves in. Isn't that right?
Exactly.
Absolutely. So we talk about support systems and why support systems matter. Let's just open it up here. When you hear support system, what do you think about, Tracy?
I think about the helpings of me, if that makes sense, like the make me who I am type vibe or tribe per se. It's just like when I think about support system, I think about the people who help me be my very best when I can't be my very best.
Oh, that's good.
So support is it comes in many different forms. A lot of people think support is just family, the people that share the same DNA with you, but support can be your coworker, your the person at the store.
That's right.
Support comes in many different shapes and forms.
Absolutely.
I like
What do you think it means, Shantell?
When I think about support, I just think about help, accountability. My support system, they hold me accountable. Right. They let me be my authentic self as well. They tell me when I'm right. They tell me when I'm wrong. Regardless of how it hurts. You need real people in your lives.
That's right. Yes, I like it.
I second that. Real people.
Real people.
Yes. Real people. Real people that love on you but see you, like we were talking about earlier, not see you as competition. See you for your greatness, and it's okay seeing and supporting you in all areas and angles of your life. The good times, the bad times, and like you said, tell me when I'm wrong. Show up for me in that manner, not just physically but mentally as well. Like mentally, keep me on the right path. Like that's so important to everything that you're going to become. Even as a woman, it's like, who do you spend most of your time with? Who do you connect with on those bad days? Who do you have to pour back into you and lift lift you up and remind you of that vision, remind you of that dream, so you don't stop.
Absolutely.
It's so important. There's a lot of people who passed away and not being able to touch because they were so loyal to how long they've been knowing someone. And you can be a good person. That doesn't mean you're good for me in my season in my life. And you got to know how to shift those pieces to those puzzles and be okay with that.
Absolutely.
And be okay with that.
Yeah. I think that's something, honestly, that I struggle with before, is being okay letting people go that I've known for a long time. And I realize, I'm like, the friendship really doesn't serve me
any purpose.
It really doesn't. It's just like all we have is memories from high school and junior high school and all those. But I'm like, I'm a completely different woman now.
Right.
You know, and she couldn't see me as a woman I am now. Denise Armstrong, she saw me as MJ. And
Absolutely.
I'm like, MJ, yeah, she was doing her thing, you know. I'm like, but I'm not MJ now, you know. I'm a married woman, you know, I'm a woman in business, and I'm pushing, and I'm like, every time I speak with you, I feel down. I don't even feel good. I feel like I shouldn't even be happy about what's happening in my life. And as I realize, I'm like, man, every time I call her, something shifts in my spirit and my energy, and we got to know when that's that thing.
We got to know when something is off.
And be okay. And I'm like, I just can't talk to her right now, and that's okay.
So everything, there's a season.
And that's okay. No, exactly. No hard feelings, just growth. And to me, real friendship, we can be able to grow like that, and you can understand it's not personal. You know what I mean? I'm growing.
So let's talk about, that's really good. Let's talk about friendships where there is growth. Maybe not competition. But one does not know how to receive the growth, how to contribute to the growth, how to help strategize the growth, right? Like, I see what it is that you're doing. I see your purpose. I want to be aligned with your purpose. I want to be aligned with your vision. And I don't see you as competition, right? I want you to become your best self. I want you to grow. I want you to evolve. But maybe I don't really know how to do that. So I want to talk to the woman who perhaps, again, maybe you do have a really good friendship circle, a good solid friendship circle. How can they develop that circle into whatever their vision is? Is it fair to say that everybody in the circle will get on board with the vision? How do we separate the wheat from the tare, I guess is what I'm asking.
No, I mean, the thing is, when you real friends, I can see that weakness in you. I can see what's going on with you. And if I'm your real friend, I'm affirming you all the time anyway. So I can see. And a lot of times, if you're really in tune, like I'm one of those friends where I'm really in tune. I can tell by the sound of your voice what's going on. The touch of you, the way you hug me, embrace me.
That's
if
right.
there's an issue, if we got something, something's going on, I study and pay attention to people I really care about. So that's another thing. It's really important to connect with people who really see you. So when they see you drowning, to see you falling back, they can be able to speak life into you.
Absolutely.
A lot of times the intimidation comes and the fear comes is because we say we're friends, but there's really no safe space. There's no safe space.
So let's talk about safe place, though, because I think when we talk about safe place, a lot of people just categorize that as a place where I can vent, a place where I can talk, a place where I can just kind of be myself. That's not the only safe place that we have, right? No. We got to have a safe place in righteousness. We got to have a safe place in friendship. We got to have a safe place in freedom. So when we talk about being a safe place, we just got to understand that that's multi-layered, right?
Yes.
It is more like for you all. I believe you all are my safe place. I can be myself, whatever my worst or my best self is, right? So when we talk about safe places, Denise, that's really, really, really important, because I believe safe places will cover.
Yes,
exactly.
They're supposed to.
Absolutely,
they're supposed to. But there's an intent always behind it. When you're coming from a pure place, and you want to genuinely cover, whether it's just in prayer. My thing is, I'm an intercessor, so I'm always going to try to cover in prayer. A lot of people take offense to it. I may see something in you says, hey, you got this on you, let me pray for you. And people think when you bring in the spirituality of a thing that you're trying to come off as judgmental. No, I believe red just like you do, but you may not know that this is on you. So as me being being your accountability partner, because I
Yeah.
also believe in sister friendships that we're supposed to hold each other accountable.
Right.
I may not be right all the time. I have to be able to be corrected because the hard conversations, it builds growth. We're supposed to grow from this place, not stay rooted in a place that's not pure.
Yes, and that's a real
That's part
safe
of it.
space.
That's a real safe
So I can be
place.
able to tell the truth, and there's no issue.
Yeah.
But it's only like that when there is no envy or jealousy amongst the people. You know, your group and your circle. So if
Is
there's
it
any
maybe
inkling-
and we're talking about benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Is it maybe I don't know how to receive the correction?
It could
Like
be.
maybe it is true,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
because I can't receive it does not automatically categorize me as the enemy,
No.
right? And so maybe I'm not a receptor of feedback. Maybe I don't receive correction well. What do we say to the person who comes to us, who's a sister, who's a friend, who says, hey, you know, you're slacking a little bit. I see your focus is off. And, you know, they get on the defense kind of thing. No, my focus isn't off. You know, I'm okay. I'm good. I got this, you know, kind of thing. There's
Yeah.
always this rebuttal. What do we say to that friend?
You got to be able to let people breathe too.
Yeah.
Be able to breathe. It's like I got to be able to say what I need to say to you. But if I see some shift not happening for you, okay, next couple of weeks we might not can't be as connected. I'm gonna keep praying for you. I'm gonna keep sending you things. But we can't allow ourselves to get pulled in that because sometimes we take the weight of them and their
Yes.
situation and their growth.
Yes.
And next thing you know, we pouring into other people,
Right.
and now our cup is not even full, and now we're overwhelmed. Now we're emotional. Now we're trying to figure out what's going on. Now we're second guessing ourselves. We got to know how to be able to put just enough and still keep the armor of God on, and to be able to pull away and adjust. I think that's really
That sounds
important to be
like
able to do
when helping them is hurting you.
Yeah. With that type of person though, I don't press the issue.
Yeah.
If I see you feeling like that, I'm going to back up and I'm just gonna pray.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna come at you about it anymore until I can see you're in a, you know, you have a better attitude about
Right.
it. I'm just going to pray for you at that point.
So it's almost like planting the seed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, and waiting for that to mature and harvest.
Right. And you got to make sure you're saying it correctly.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Let's talk about that.
It has to be
Let's talk
correctly.
about
It has to
tone.
be
Yeah.
done in love. If it's sneak shots and all that kind of stuff,
Exactly.
then
Shade, messy,
shade and messy. That's not the same
Exactly.
thing. You know what I mean? And when if it's your real friend and you know, like, hey, like I know sometimes I can be sensitive on certain things, so my friends know that. It's like, well, I already know how she is and I already know how that person is. So it's like really important to know your circle. A lot of times people don't put any depth in friendships anymore. It's like to really get to know, you know what I mean? It's
Absolutely.
like, we got to get to know each other. It's just as strong as a regular relationship.
Yeah.
I've had to break away from some friendships and it's hurt worse than a relationship. Like literally you go through the emotions when it's a real friendship, real connection.
Absolutely.
You know?
I think that's because you have the, you know, when we're with our spouses, we have that physical connection, but with our friends, it's that emotional connection.
Yeah.
They, you know, we have that purity. You have the conversations. You can talk about anything with your good girlfriends. And back to what we were talking about as far as the offense, it's like if I'm coming to you in love, but sometimes are we really coming in love, or we just like, let me check her real quick? So sometimes we do have to watch our tone. We have to watch how we bring in the thing. The intent may be pure, but the action behind it is just like, am I just trying to check you, or am I really coming in love? So we have to check ourselves too, because it's not all about, because if I'm offended and I'm coming from someone, if Denise tell me something and I know the contents of her heart, why am I offended?
That's right. Yeah, I agree.
You know, so it's like we gotta check both parts.
Exactly.
Definitely have to do your self-work continuously on yourself.
And I think if it's your true friend, then they know your character.
Come on.
You know, I can remember when my mom passed, and I didn't know I had become mean, but I had a friend that tell me, you have gotten really, really mean.
Oh, wow.
And I heard it more than once. So once I heard it more than once,
knew that there must
I
have been
needed
some
to check
truth to
me
it,
at that point.
Yeah.
So you know, the real friends, they know your character.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And I would dare to say that some just don't care. You know, let's just talk about the sum of that friend that, you know, it's kind of one of those things where you got to leave them where you find them. You know,
absolutely.
Once you plant that seed, if it never waters or if it takes 10, 20 years to water that, you got to be well with the knowing I've done my part.
That's
you
exactly.
know,
That's right.
what I was charged to do and to say in love, you know, it is just what I've done, and you know, okay. And so I agree. When we find them, we just gotta. Some people you just gotta leave.
You just gotta let it go.
You can't tall. You can't tarry. You can't. Some things you just gotta leave and allow it to mature.
Faith and keep going.
I mean, it's important for you to realize that everybody is not going to fit your puzzle. You know, you have to find your puzzle pieces, and everybody is not it.
Right. That's definitely something I had to learn.
That is good.
You might want the best for everybody around. You might have a good heart and a good spirit and everything, but that does not mean that everybody is your assignment.
Exactly.
And I'm like, ooh, it was so touching, because I'm like, I just want to save the world. I want to help everybody. And my husband's like, Lord Jesus, you can't go, baby.
Because it's killing you in the end. It's just like, I want to help everybody. I see the potential in you, but sometimes we see the potential. But if you don't see the potential in yourself, that's just me wishing and hoping the best for you. But you have to be the visionary for your life as well. Because I'm a visionary. I see things and I feel things for people, and I be so excited. But it's just like, if you're not excited about the things that you're capable of, I can't push you.
My will cannot supersede yours.
Exactly.
My will cannot supersede yours. And again, I think you got to be comfortable enough to plant that seed. And when it waters, it does, because you can't change people. You know, we just, again, our instruction is just to do what we can and then let the rest bloom, right? So when we talk about support systems and why they matter, and when we talk about a tribe, I heard somebody say a tribe. One of the things that I said to a lot of the girls that work closely with Girl Dream Again is that everybody's not assigned to our tribe.
That's right.
Yes.
And I think we hit so much resistance because we try to pull. We try to pull. You know, people that are good resources, maybe you're good at this, maybe you're good at that, maybe you're good at that. But it does not mean they are assigned to your purpose.
Exactly.
Right?
I agree.
Anybody that knows me know that I'll push it to the limit at the last minute. Right? And so if you are if you're a really strategic person, or if you like XYZ, you know, if there's no room to be spontaneous, I'm not what you need, because I operate a little bit different than that. The end goal is the same, and it'll always get done, right? But there's a little flexibility that people that surround me, you know, kind of get like, okay, get it together. You know,
you'll frustrate somebody who don't know you.
But I'm like the same. So it works. I'm like, oh yeah, that's something I pull. So,
but that's like what we were talking about earlier. You know, you're the visionary, but you have to have people that's in your tribe.
You have to have midwives,
right? That support the vision. It's just like, I may not know where you're going right now, but I see the purpose and I support the purpose. You're the visionary, and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna go with you go.
Trust your vision.
And you gotta have people that will invest in your vision the same way that you would, right? Like, initially, if I say to you, hey, this is what I want to do, and you say, okay, I think you could do it. If that's really my tribe, you know what I hear? Let's do it.
Yes, let's make it happen.
You know, let's. What do we need to do? How can I help? How can I support? Kind of thing. Because we were talking earlier, some people don't want to get on board until they see the ship is already built and it's sailing.
See it all the gold, all on the ship.
Right. And now they want a one-way ticket. We want to sell where you're going. And so it is important to know who your tribe is.
So true.
Because you'll always pull straws. You'll always chase waterfalls. You'll always have a really big turnover rate. You'll always have people that'll jump on the ship, off the ship. So we talk about building your tribe that supports your purpose, that supports your vision. Tracy, what do you say to those people? Like, how do we gather who the tribe is? I've got a lot of friends. I have a lot of associates. And everybody probably would root for me to get to whatever it is that I'm trying to get to. But how do I become absolutely certain about who's assigned to my purpose?
God. I prayed a prayer the end of last year, and my best friend helped me to it because I didn't know my Peter from my Judas. I had a lot of people kissing me on the cheek, and I didn't know who was for me. And I said, Lord, you know who's for me, you know who's not for me. It hurt so bad. People who were my closest of close started falling away. And it crippled me. Like, I was buckling at the knees because I'm like, no, you oh my God, in the midnight hour, you're the person that I call. Oh goodness.
Wow.
Family, super close friend, but at the end of the day, I trust God to do what He needs to do in my life. He's gonna bring the people, and He's gonna dismiss them. And unfortunately, it is what it is. It's like God gonna make sure that I am okay. And when I say, when the people started falling off, doors started opening that I've never seen open before, because I had a codependency. Like, I can't do this without them. And God said, yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
I've called you to do this. You're gonna do it. No fear.
Yes.
Ooh, no cross, no crown. I'll say that. I'll say that.
I love it.
I love it. What do you say to that, Denise, about how we identify our tribe? Because I think that's a really good stopping point. You know how many people are years behind time because of their surroundings and their affiliation? Like, there are people that have had dreams for years and years and years, and because there's no one that keeps them accountable, because there's nobody that continues to push and to pursue, you gotta have somebody. So how do we attach ourselves to the people that's meant for us?
Being your authentic self. Being your authentic self is how you're going to truly attract. And like I just did a live the other day. I was just like, stop playing about yourself. It's like, I go in now, I'm like, this is what I'm looking for. Because it's like, so many times we think people are our friends or our connections. But what kind of conversation did we have? Just like a relationship. I'm just like, oh, we vibe, and we've hung out a couple times. I've shown up. This is my friend. This is my sister. And sometimes when you say it, like, your brain doesn't know the difference. So if you call me sister, but you really don't feel that way, I start feeling like you my sister, thinking it, even if you really don't feel that way. Because in my mind, I'm like, this is my sister. She said she was my sister. And so it's just like, that's what she said. That don't work that way, okay? Being truthful, being truthful with people about where you are, what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I need accountability here, and see if they show up. Put people to the test. You know what I mean? Are you going to be able to show up for me? This is what I mentioned. Are you going to remind me, or are you going to let me go 3 months and not focus on this? Who do I need to reroute? You know what I mean? Like, okay, well, I told you in advance you never show up for my things. Okay, well, I need to go ahead and replace you. We got to be okay replacing people, because this is your life, and you only get one. Absolutely. And this is your chessboard, and you need to put the right people on the board, because if not, you're going to find yourself falling behind. Week after month after year after year. And we just don't have time to waste like that no more. Like, you don't have time to play with yourself no more. So it's like, no, when you meet people, go intentional. Just like you are when you're trying to date somebody. Be intentional. This is my friend. You want to be my friend? You want to be my sister? Let me see if you're the right fit for where I'm going. Because if not, I can't spend that much time with you. It takes me a few times. I see how you are. I see how you deal with the people that you connect with. I'll either slowly back up, or you won't hear from me as much. That something's going on.
Full throttle.
Something's happening that I'm seeing or that I'm not seeing, and I'm like, I can't put you on my board. If so, you're on the back of the board. I can't put you in my starting seven. You know, you got to be okay with that. You know, because my life is serious, and one wrong conversation, wrong link up. Now I'm somewhere else. Now something else is in my spirit, and I'm focused. And when you're trying to get focused, you have to be intentional with the people that you connect with, looking at their habits, looking at how focused are they. You know what I mean? Every time I talk, we're always gossiping? Is it always an issue with someone? I'm like, no. You know what I mean? I have people that have stopped being my friend. Y'all, this is real life. I mean, I was vibing with the girl. She was like, every time I talk to you, we're talking about business. I'm like, well, baby,
What do you want from me?
You know what I mean? You can. I'm not that person. You can tell me, you know, what you want to do. Every time I talk to you, I'm probably gonna be bringing it up.
Yeah.
Because that's how I am. Yeah. I mean, they didn't want to be my friend no more. It was like, we always
My
talk about
energy goes
business.
where I focus.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's where I'm at right now. So then that was another little kick that I needed. You're not a part of my right now. You know, because if you complaining about me talking about business, I'm a business coach.
Exactly.
I'm trying to make another million. I'm trying to do this. That means we're not on the same wave.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll see you next year.
Yeah.
I'm a big I'll see you next year type of girl. I'm okay with that. I love you when I see you out. I
agree.
Take care of you good, everything. Support if I can. But I'm very particular about who I talk to.
The last podcast, you said that you analyze your circle.
Yes.
Very often.
Yes.
Monthly.
Every month.
Wow.
What does that look like?
Every month. I take first of all, it's a prayer, and I have my moments where I fast. But then I really take back and I really look at my productivity that month. I see who was effective. I see who was not. I watch everything. I literally watch everything. I went to school for psychology, so I love the way the brain maneuvers. I love watching people's actions. I see how serious they are about their goals and their dreams. And I analyze how often I'm speaking with this person. Is this person coming in my life because they're trying to add to it, or is this person coming away trying to take away? How, when I last seen this person, I'm thinking about how this person is treating their inner circle, how they show up for their inner circle. That lets me know where I need to place you, because if you can't show up for somebody that's been your friend for 5 years, you just met me, you definitely can't show up for me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you're speaking about this person, but I'm constantly seeing you with them, I'm like, well, I can't tell you my secrets because you're probably gonna tell someone else.
Exactly.
I mean, I got people that I don't fool with no more. You won't never know. You ask me like, what's going on with that person? The person's, you know, they're just doing them. You know what I mean?
Good. Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. So I really watch, and I do not ignore red flags. People only talk about red flags in relationships. I look at red flags in friendships.
You're supposed to.
I look at how they communicate. I look at how they talk. I evaluate how they show up for themselves and how they show up for people around them. How they show up for their family. And we ignore those things because we're not trained to look at those things. You know, it's one thing to say, but I'm an action person.
Yeah.
Everything, I'll be able to see your fruit. Where's your fruit?
Absolutely right.
And I'm okay now just
evaluating that circle once a month.
Yeah, evaluating and maneuvering, you know, back. And God will tell me when it's time to circle back around. Yeah. You know, but I'm in a season where I don't have any time to waste on something that's not aligned with my direction. Yeah. Because I know and I see and I coach people and I can see how easy it is to fall off.
That's right. That's right.
He's not strategic. He's strategic.
Right. Yes.
He knows your weaknesses. Right. He knows your strengths. He knows. So I need to know as well, and I need to keep my eyes open because I have somewhere I'm trying to go, and I'm stingy with my time, and I'm stingy with my love, and I'm stingy with my friendship.
Yeah, alignment is very,
because I know
alignment is key.
Because once I connect with you, I'm going to give you my all.
Yes.
I'm showing up for you when I'm tired, when I don't feel like it. So it's like I can't even have time to give that type of love. Yeah, right. I did just drop them. Right. I'm like, what do you need? Okay, like if I say I'm rocking with you, I'm gonna make it happen. Yeah. So I'm gonna make it happen. People around me. Yeah. And if there's not that, it's okay. When I have more time next year,
that's right.
I can reconnect with you. But right now, I need
to know. Laser focused.
I need to know who's really got me.
That's good. Yeah. I wanted to, were you going to say something?
Oh no, I said that was beautiful.
Oh, wasn't it?
She checked on me today. I'm at my desk and she's like, hey sis, just checking. And I'm like, did you just have a baby, ma'am? People be so I'm like, I love you so much. But it's crazy because we've been friends a year now. Yeah. And nonstop accountability, checking in, loving, being intentional, in alignment, and when it's for you, it is for you.
Yeah. And you know, it's ironic because I just met the both of you just a month or two, 3 ago. And some of the pouring that you all have done into me is amazing. Like to wake up on a Monday morning and say, hey sis, you know, blessings on your week. I'm just thinking about that. You all say, Miss listen, not hey, you free Friday.
That's what I'm for.
We do that.
We do that too.
It's coming. But I am sincerely talking about the authenticity of one seeing beyond entertainment, seeing beyond casualness, seeing beyond, just a very just foundational, right? Hey, I see you. I see you. Your week is starting, right? I'm thinking about you and your week and what's ahead. And before the week gets started, I want you to know I wish you the absolute best.
I commend that.
Absolutely.
Because it's so hard to find people, that do that nowadays. Like genuine. I'm going to give y'all my phone number.
Yes, come on. The sister circle is getting bigger. Right, it is. The sister circle is getting bigger.
That's absolutely right. I want to give way to you for just a minute, though, because, and I know I've said this story so many times before about how the Girl Dream Again kind of started 16, 17 years ago. And it had just always been a thought. It had always been a thought. And immediately I did not know what God meant when he said it. I did not. Right? And so time had to progress. Things had to mature. I had to mature. There are some things that I had to go through. There are some things that I had to suffer. It's just a whole workup of what purpose really is.
When you birthed the thing.
Absolutely right. And so when I started talking about it more last year, Shantell is my first cousin. We're two brothers to thank you.
I love that.
Get tie-tongue sometimes. We're two brother children. And we were raised like sisters, right? And all that is well, right? Because I come from a really large family on both maternal and paternal sides. But the older I'm getting, that's well. But how can you invest into the vision? How can I invest into your vision? And so when I started talking about Girl Dream Again heavily last year, she's always one that I just kind of throw things on.
She can handle it.
She can absolutely handle it. You hear me? And so immediately, right, I've been thinking about Girl Dream Again for 2 or 3 years. And I said, I'm going to do it the last 2 or 3 years. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And one night I was laying in my bed. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I had all these amazing ideas about how I wanted the very first event to look. I needed this amazing event center.
She's amazing.
I had to have, what's the name of the flooring? The proxy flooring kind of thing. All of the tooling around. That was in my head, right? I did not want to go to a community center. I just had a standard in my head about what I wanted it to look like. And that cost me about 3 years. Because I wanted to impress people with what it is that I wanted to do. And so one night last year, I was laying in my bed. It was about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and no lie, I just heard the Spirit say, just do it.
Just get started.
Just get started. And in a moment, I swear in about 5 minutes, I went on a website, I booked a facility, and then I called her the next morning. I said, hey, I booked a facility. We got an event to plan.
That's what I'm talking about.
And she said, you what? I booked the facility, and we have an event to plan.
Wow.
Listen.
Are you ready?
That's what I'm talking about.
Listen, she didn't consult me. I was so proud of her. But guess what? The date she picked was my grandbaby's birthday.
I was going where God told me to do.
Right.
We're going to take her out. We're going to work this thing out.
We celebrate the day before. And so, because one of the things I want you to talk about is, like, what is it about the vision that you saw? What made you invest in the vision? Why was it easy? Clearly, it was not just because we were related. But what was it about it? Because maybe there's somebody that's looking, right? And maybe they've got a friend that wants to do something. They want to be really vested and interested in it. But what are the key things that integrals look for in a visionary?
To be honest, I saw you doing it. Like, I saw you doing it. With anything people do, you can kind of tell their passion, right? I could hear how you lit up when you talked about it. You know what I'm saying? So I knew it was. I I knew it was going to come to pass regardless of how long it took. But even watching you throughout life, you can kind of tell this is what you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Like, this is your comfort. Like, everything God put in you, he put in you for this.
Right.
Like, I could, even when you called me about the kids stuff, you know what I'm saying? You was, I had never thought about that. I can see you doing that.
Girl, let me just pause right here for a minute.
I love it.
Some of my latest assignments have been going to schools and speaking to the children. God, I won't say that. I've never felt called to young adult women and children, right? And so the last couple of months, I've been like, what you got going on up there? Like,
God sent you to the need.
Yeah.
That's what you want. What you want to do is fine, but God's going to send you to the need.
you think so?
Absolutely.
Okay, girl.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh,
I hear you.
I'm
but
excited.
That's not what he told me yet. and so you're saying that it already has to be in the person. And so that person has to see evidence of what the dream or the purpose is. And then they can start to help bring it to a fruition.
Not only that, I mean, you can feel it.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
what I'm saying. You can definitely feel it. Yeah, because you might not can't. Because I know Girl Dream Again is going to be something that's going to be global.
Absolutely.
So this is just a start. But when you
so amazing.
rightly connected,
Yes.
you know what I mean, and belief in you, but then her blessing is going to come from serving.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's so crazy. You have to understand your roles in your circle. It's so important. When you understand the roles in your circle, you can go so much farther. You have to understand when it's time for one person to lead, when it's time to serve, when it's time for you to serve, when it's time to lead, and you can't be selfish in that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so many blessings come from that, but so many circles and people are connected, and it's like everybody's trying to be the head at the same time.
You said
play
you
your
got to
position.
know when it's time to lead, when it's time to serve. So one of the things that I text her and a few other friends a couple of weeks ago, and I said, you all have been so dutiful into helping me mature and to grow and to get to where it is that I want to be, I need to be. I got to pour back, right? What is it that you want to do that I can invest in? Like, where are you? Where do you need to be? What do you need help with? Kind of thing. And so we cannot be selfish in our pursuit, right? I have a dream. You've got a dream. You've got something. We all have something. And so I can't be so laser focused on what it is that I'm doing that I forget about the people that's helping me.
Right.
Because they got to shine too.
Exactly.
And I have to have a willing heart and an open heart to help them shine just as much as they help me shine.
But that's part of that support.
That's important.
You're supporting them. And I love what Shantell said when she said, I saw, which means she also had a vision of you doing something. Because sometimes God will connect us with people that see things that we can't
That's right.
necessarily see.
That's
She said, I
absolutely
saw
right.
you doing this and I saw you doing that. And you was like, girl. But God placed a vision in her as well. And when we're connected, it's divinely connected. It makes it so pure that even the people that's connected to us could see us farther than we could see ourselves.
You know, that's good.
Exactly.
That, she was going to, and I'm gonna stop at a certain point. She was riding to Atlanta one day, and
She's like, oh my goodness.
and out of the blue, she texts me, right? And most people know that I have a nickname, and so she periodically will just text me and just say my nickname. She says nothing else. She'll just call my nickname, and I'll say, I don't have any money. I didn't do it. You know, what do you want? No, ma'am, not today. Something. We're not going to do this. And she said something, and I chuckled when I read it. And I said, where'd that come from? She said, I know, I was just riding to Atlanta, and it's clear as day. God told me that you're going to be XYZ.
Wow.
And I said, call him back. Call him back and tell him.
Get Jesus on the main line.
Call him back and tell him I said I don't know if he's ready for me. Yeah, absolutely. And so when you said that you got to have people that see beyond what you see, wherever I go to speak, whatever event I do, and I asked her strategically to come tonight because she's the fruit of a sight beyond what you can see sometimes, right? When I go and speak, if I got to preach, if I got to sing, if I got to do something, she's right there serving. Yeah. Like I got this little teapot with my initial on it. She got me some towels made with my name on it. I got a big bag with my name on it.
That's what I'm talking about.
And she said, God told me that I got to go with you. And so she started taking classes to mature into that gift. Like seriously, she started taking classes to mature into the gift. She started updating her wardrobe to mature into the gift. And so when people are vested into your purpose, and so even if I wanted to back out now, I can't.
No,
absolutely not.
No,
Even
but a lot of time your purpose is attached to so many others next level.
Oh, your purpose is attached to somebody else's voice.
So that's why you know when more than one or two people are attached, when you are getting ready to really push something and burst something, especially when you have something like a movement and so many other people are going to be blessed and they're going to be uplifted, you're attacked so much even more.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And so I had a lady that I was working with, and she was just like, you need a midwife. And I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I need a midwife. Of course, at this particular time, I wasn't pregnant, so I'm like a midwife. But she was just talking about like what you were doing, like how you were interceding for her. You know what I mean? Pushing for her, right there in the trenches for her. And God will send you certain people to be able to shield you and be able to protect you.
Yes, He will.
You know what I mean? Because you know all the things. Everybody's not going to get that part of her piece of her,
absolutely.
and you get to protect that and still let her be great.
That's right.
Absolutely.
It's a
That's
beautiful
absolutely
safe
right.
space, you know what I mean? To be
and
able to have.
it's also crazy because, well, I don't even want to use the word crazy, but all of her weaknesses are my strengths. Everything she hates to do, I love to do that.
I love that.
So it's like we gel so well together because she can't stand it, and I'm ready for it.
That's a great partnership. And
That's
just hearing y'all two talk as far as first cousins, I was thinking like, oh my God, they give me a David and what is it, David and Jonathan in the Bible?
Is it David and Jonathan?
It's like
it could be, but that's the type of closeness that I thought about. It's just like, oh my God, don't quote me on that Bible thought. Listen, and I'm so sad because my best friend is a pastor. Janae, I love you. Don't call me for this, please. But that's what I thought about. I thought about like, oh my gosh, the closeness that you two have, that y'all play off one another. So like she said, where you lack, I gain, and that's perfect because a lot of times you may not feel like it, but she gonna be up for the challenge.
Absolutely
exactly. So I love that.
That's absolutely, and that's when you know God is in it. Right. That's when you know God is in it. I believe that He'll send a clear evidence. Like there'll be no confusion. There will be no misfits. There will be counterfeits, but I believe that He will put people. He'll surround you with people who will keep you lifted.
And then when you get the authentic around, you'll be able to see the counterfeits more clear as day. You're like, you know what?
Oh man.
That's definitely not it.
That's absolutely
see that's not it.
And part of, and I'm gonna ask another question, and then we'll start to wrap up. This has been good. One of the other things she said to me about what she texted me, she said, "I just got to go with you because I got to protect you anyway." I got to protect you.
Yes,
anyway,
cousin.
There's gonna be some wolves, and I got to protect you anyway.
And it's some wolves out there.
One day I'll come back and testify about what she said. I'm gonna see if the Lord told her that for real.
Man, I'm telling you.
I'm gonna see if He told you that for real. So when we again talk about support systems, I want to talk about the benefits of a support system, right? I want to talk about the benefits of a support system really quickly, because a lot of people again think a support system to them, it is, it is just kind of having somebody you can call when you need to talk. It is just, having a backbone. It is, and I think they downplayed the support system role a lot. Like, we don't really get, you said the midwife kind of word. People don't know what a midwife does.
Yeah.
You got to be able to labor with me. You got to be able to jump into it with me. There are days you got to show up. You don't really feel like it, but because you love me, because you honor what it is that I'm trying to do, you press past it. Like, I walked in a second ago, she was asleep on the sofa, and she's like, let me get up. But in reality, it is pressing your way to show up for who needs the support. And you'll always know who the support is because they'll always show up. Now, we are going to confuse that because a lot of people just show up. It's easy to show up. Isn't that right? Okay.
If
the vultures will show up.
I am very big on showing up. Like,
you are.
I'm going to show up tired. I'm going, if you invite me, I am going to try my best to make it. And that's for anybody, that I'm close to. I'm going to try to make it to the children stuff. Like, I'm going to try to show up because that's so important, to me. Like, people remember you being there.
That is right. That is true.
So I'm very big on that.
Yeah. So important. That's so important. And just seeing somebody be there for you, that's on like a whole nother level of pushing.
It really is.
Like, that's a big win in itself, just to show up. Because I tell people, I'm like, if you just be there, because I know you don't have to. You'll be doing anything else. That's an action.
And the adrenaline that starts to go when you see your people show up.
And you have a sense of peace too. It's just like, sometimes we go through so many things, and you may see, like, for me, my husband been sitting over there, he been at work all day, but he's part of my support system.
Absolutely.
And he's like, hey, I'll go ahead and drive you. I'm literally in the car, putting on shoes, putting on this, putting on that. And he was like, hey, I need you to sit for a second, because I was so razzle dazzle. And he was like, before we got out the car, he was like, hey, I need you to sit for a second and settle yourself.
Wow.
That brought me peace, because he supports me in this. And you know how hard it was for me to come out in the forefront, because I'm one that's always played the back. I'm like, hey, if you want to be in the front, go ahead and be in the front. But God has called me to do some different things, and he's like, I see so much in you. So support brings that sense of peace for me.
It does. It brings a sense of peace.
And then the thing is, you get to win. It's like, aren't y'all ready to win? You know what I mean? That's probably time people be like, you act like there's no care in the world. It's not that there's no care in the world. It's just like, is it going to do me any justice to focus on those things that I cannot change?
And we've done everything else so long, right? Why not do it right? Why not get to where it is that we really need to be?
It's time. You get to win, and you have the right people. One of the benefits is you get to win in life.
You know what I mean? That is so true. My mother's side of the family, very, very small. I mean, we could do our family reunion right here in this little area.
Wow.
Very, very small. And it's crazy how I met these people, because my daughter and one of the ladies' son, they were actually dating. So the first time I met them, my daughter told me, she was like, oh, you gonna have to meet them. Y'all gonna gel real well together. The first time I met them, it was like we were already family. Like, so after hanging out a few times, we told them, if y'all ever break up, we still gonna be when I tell y'all, those are my sisters. Like, anything I invite them to, they're coming. Anything I need done, they're there. They're there. You know what I'm saying? It's like my cousin, he's even started giving me their last name now. And when he invite me to stuff, he be like, you coming over here, you going to your other family house. But just complete strangers. And I, like I said, mother side I feel like I have sisters now, in them. That's another set of, a sister circle that I do have. Because I got ours too, but just to have total strangers that took me in, like I was really, their family. Even Mother's Day, all of our mothers are deceased. So every Mother's Day, we get together. We spend that whole day together. We get shirts made every year. We spend the whole day together every year. And I can honestly say Mother's Day has not been depressing since we've started doing this.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. See, when it's your people, it's your people.
Yeah.
And He'll gotta send you what you need.
To be healed.
Yeah. He'll send you. Man. So your support system and the people you connect with, the people you love, the people you spend your time with is very important.
Yeah.
So like it just gives you so much more energy, and I think that's probably why me and my husband have gotten to this point. I'm like, I know he's my husband, but he's like such my best friend. And it's like you guys, like you have your strengths, you have your weaknesses. And I'm like, I know for a fact I was made to be his wife. And I know for a fact he was made to be my husband.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, you know what? Yeah,
you are my person.
Yeah, you are my person for real. Yeah, you my person for real. And I'm like, that's the only reason I believe that I've gotten to the next level is because of our connection, and that support is so strong. We want it so bad that it's like, even if it's not nobody else, like we got each other.
Absolutely.
And when you keep doing that, it's like you'll start to see your dreams and come to fruition if you have that one or two people that just believe in you. Like even when it don't seem like it's gonna be what it's gonna be, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And if you just get past that blurry vision and have the right person that can help you get past when the vision gets blurry and yours stay clear, because both of y'all visions are typically not blurry at the same time. You know what I mean?
Able to see.
Somebody's able to see, and I'm telling you, having that person, when I tell you a shift will happen in your life, a shift will happen in your business, a shift will happen in your job, anything that you are trying to do with the right person that has that vision with you and be able to connect with you, it's impossible to fail. Like,
that's true. Because
like
I will take her out the blue. Hey,
that's really
we had this on the calendar. What we doing back this?
That accountability.
She brings the calendar back before me. Hey, you were supposed to start on the. Have you started that yet? What are we doing with this?
I love that.
It's like, I'm gonna take you off that note.
Right. And I think that's why it's so important. I know we're gonna go, but I think it's so important to love on your people. That's why I'm like really big. I'm like really big at loving on my people and letting them know I appreciate them. You know what I mean? Because if not, like you say, people don't have to do that.
No, they don't.
You know what I mean?
They
so
don't.
it's like when you get a good person, shower them with love.
That's right.
You watching, you got a good person. If you got a whole crew that's beautiful, if it's just one person, whoever it is constantly showing up for you, not only show up for them, but let them feel love. Give them their flowers today. You know what I mean? Make sure you can do everything you can for those people, because sometimes we can almost think that people are kind of obligated because we gotta get used to it. It's like, I'm like, entitled. It's like, it's important not to fall into that. And I feel like more people will connect together and more tribes will stay together if they constantly continue to show that love for each other. And that like it's not just you we're pouring into each other and we're loving on each other, and I'm paying attention to you and you paying attention to me, and we're pouring like that. That's what's gonna take you there.
I love it. That is that deserved a round of applause. Standing ovation. That was really good. That was really good impartation. So we're gonna wrap up. This has been good. This has been good. So I will ask, as I typically do, if you all would give our listening audience just some parting words, because maybe there are some sisters and or brothers, right? I've got the dream. I know what the purpose is, but they aren't focused. They don't have people around them that are focused. How do I come out of the norm? How do I come out of the norm so that I can get to where it is that I need to be? So if I have friendships, if I am surrounded by all these people and I know what it is that I want to do, how do I start the process of elimination to get to where I need to be? Why does my support system matter so much? How do I start to wean my way from the bad things and then start to embrace the good things, right? How does that happen? What does that transition start to look like, Tracy, so that people can get to where it is that they need to be and they're surrounded by people?
You got to be focused. You can't play about you. Once you stay lasered in on yourself and your goals and what you want to do, your people will come to you because it'll be something that you see in yourself or something that they see in you. So they're going to want to get attached to that. So I would say to anybody that's out there, you may be confused and you don't know which way to go, settle, quiet your mind, focus in on you, and the people that's supposed to be around you are around you when you're intentional with yourself. And everything that's in alignment will come.
It'll come.
Play your position, stay in your lane. There's no traffic there.
There's no traffic in your lane. That's good. Accident free.
Accident free. Yeah. Let God be God in your life. A lot of times we look for people and things to be the God, and it's just like, God don't need no help from us. He just want us to be in position, stay in the place, and He's going to manage your life, and He's not going to mess that up for you.
That's good.
Yeah, I agree.
Come on, Denise.
I gave my good stuff already. See? No. I can't see how they do. No. But like you say, it's just stay focused, stay locked in, stay zoned in. Of course, like I always say, definitely don't play about yourself. But what am I trying to say? Self-care is really important. And when I say self-care, that means paying attention to you, paying attention to the people that you're around, how you feel when you're around those people, how you react, how you react, who is showing up for you, who is supporting, how focused are they, you know what I mean? Because there's certain people that you need to be connected with in this season and certain people that you should not be connected with. And you have to love yourself enough to find out what season you're in, so you don't overstay your welcome and you don't allow someone to overstay their welcome in your life. And so in order for you to do that, guess what? You got to focus in on you. You got to pay attention to you. You got to fall in love with you. You got to see what it is that you need so you can even see what players that you need. Because you might need to go out and get some more players.
That is right.
You know what I mean?
That is good.
You might have to reset your board, and that's
Maybe you don't have what you need right now.
You don't, and it's okay, but you have to be able to tell yourself the truth. Take a moment, take a look at your life, evaluate your month. You only get one life. No one knows the day, the hour, the time. So every day you have to be able to take advantage of that. So who you have around you, if that has everything to do with the direction you're going, and because you can't do it by yourself, I'm telling you right now, you cannot do it by yourself, not fulfill your purpose anyway. You can do things alone, but when it's so much bigger, when I know that you guys are watching, you're trying to leave a legacy for your family, you're trying to shift and change some things, you're trying to be a generational curse breaker, you're going to have to really zone in and take your life serious. And taking your life serious means being picky and being, real picky with the people that you spend your time with and that you talk to. If you stay focused and zoned in on God, you tell yourself the truth, you constantly evaluate your circle, and you go 110% on you. Because a lot of times we go 110% on everything else. We go 110% into our doubts and our fears. We really fear that, and we're going to take that step. But if you reverse that and put 110% into yourself, you're going to see a change. All I can say is just try it. It's one thing to say it. People say you manifest it, but you can't manifest nothing without the action.
Absolutely right.
Nothing. You can just think it and you can say it all day.
Absolutely
It's
right.
not going to make it happen. You have to put in that action. Get with people who are going to put in that action and take your life serious. So.
Amen.
Oh, do you have any final words?
I mean, God, first of all, we're going to start there. But not only consulting God, but actually listen. Be still and listen. Also, Denise summed it up well. Reevaluate. I'm going to start doing that. Reevaluate those friendships, those relationships. And take baby steps. Like, just do something towards it every day. There's a business I want to start. So April 1st, I said, I don't know much about it. So every day I do something towards it. Whether it be just praying, TikTok videos on it, reading, just something every single last day. That way it stays in my spirit, and I'm also taking baby steps.
I love that.
I love that. Yes.
I am so proud of you.
Go on, girl. I love that.
Yes, cousin.
I love that.
Thank you, ladies. Oh my goodness, it is always such an amazing time.
I feel like a big hug is happening right now.
I do too. Like
air hugs.
So I want you all to tell the listeners really quick how they can connect with you if you have some social media platforms. Not Shantell. Well, even if you did, you don't. She's not for hire.
Say, I'm keeping this tucked. I know that's right.
She's not for hire at the moment. But no, seriously, I do want you to tell the people how they can connect with you, because not only are you all just such motivators and encouragers, you're also bosses. And I am privileged to sit around the table with my boss friends and my boss sisters. And so this is the thing that we want to encourage you to get to, right? So that you don't have to sit at the table and not know who you are, what it is that you too can sit at the table, right? And when it's time to say something and pop your collar, you can pop your collar, right? And so that's why we got to sit at the right table.
Yes.
We just can't sit at the tables where we're popping crabs and smoking hookahs and, eating chicken wings. That's absolutely right. We got to sit at the table where we can brainstorm. We got to sit at the table where we can talk about what's next. We got to sit at the table where we can pray and fast together. Those things are important in sisterhood.
Absolutely.
Those things are important in your support system, right?
Absolutely.
Because if everybody just wants something from you, that's not your tribe.
Right, that's transactional.
Absolutely
we need to be intentional about relationships.
That's absolutely right. So I got, of course, but tell the people a little bit about skincare.
I own Serenity Spa Jax here in the beautiful city of Jacksonville, Florida. I'm on the west side of Jacksonville, and I cater to women. I had a lot of men in my inbox. Women.
She's married. Hi, brother.
I do brows and skincare, and I'm also getting into waxing now. So I have some body butters, and I also have some fragrant oils. So I am on all social media platforms. I am on Facebook under Tracy Lanette. That's my personal page. My business page is Serenity Spa Jax, and I'm on TikTok under Tracy/Serenity Spa Jax. So if you have any questions, send me a message.
You have body butter?
I do. I have body butters, and I have fragrant body oils as well. And I got a couple lashes, ladies. So hey, And I just want to put this out there that facials are for relaxation. You do not have to have a skincare need to get a facial. Come relax. I have people on my table sleep. I'm telling you.
I'm trying to be one of those people. Sleep tomorrow, okay?
Very soon.
I'm trying to book. It.
Body butter.
I love that.
Let's talk about the body butter after this. Okay?
Yes,
we can do that.
Right. I'm like,
all right,
I
Denise.
Yes, I'm Denise Armstrong. So if you are a business owner, or if you are someone who has a 9-to-5 and you're looking to build retirement, I am the Wealth Magnet. I am here to help you start your business. I'm here to help you advance in business. I am here to help you advance in life. So I am a purpose coach. I do offer VIP coaching, and so you can find me as Denise Armstrong or either one of my businesses. First Approved Financial with the number 1 ST, and then I have Invest with Her Club, and then I own a development company with my husband. So if you're looking to purchase real estate,
let's talk about that for just a minute. Let's talk about that for just 2 minutes. Let's park there for just a minute, because I need these people to understand what it is that you and your husband are doing and how you're changing the game.
Yes, we have our own real estate development company. So we build and we design and we work in all different type of areas. So we have affordable luxury line, and something special that we do is that we have basic homes, but we don't believe in building basic homes in different areas. We believe in offering luxury just at an affordable standpoint. And so that's some things that we're doing in the community, and we're teaching other people how to take their equity and be able to start with utilizing their first home, be able to start their own real estate investment, not company, but just their own, just like real estate investment, just not firm, but just kind of like their own thing, like get ready to get started on their own. Because it's one thing for us to put you in a house, but if we can help you take the equity and you can start your own portfolio and be able to build your own house, or be able to build duplexes or build apartment complexes, those are things that we do. And so we do multifamily units, and we're tapping into commercial too.
I love it.
And so I love that. With Invest with Her Club, if you're a woman, I teach and coach you how to find, fund, and build your real estate portfolio. So take all excuses off the board. I get the capital for you. I structure the business for you. you. I actually help you build and develop it. So it's nothing that you have to do on your own. And I literally can show you how to build your retirement, have access to $1 million in funding, have access to $1 million in access in less than a year. Just to give me 12 months, and we will be able to get zoned in on that.
The support we're talking about.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm about the action friend, you guys. So have that person. Don't tell me something you want to do or tell me something you're trying to tap into. I'm that person that's going to help you get there. So that's something that we do with our development company and with Invest With Her Club.
Awesome.
Yeah. So no,
and you get to sit at my table. I'm so privileged.
we locked in.
Is there anything you'd like to share with the people?
I'm finna shut down.
She's like, I'm one rock away.
Hands sweating.
Well, you've done well. Thank you, ladies. Thank you all so much.
Having us.
Thank you. We gotta thank her. Thank you for just having a vision. Thank you for sharing your platform with us. We appreciate that.
I appreciate
and
you
thank
all.
you for being a real queen, not a mean girl, a real queen that can see other queens, and other queens, and be able to invite them to your table to be able to expand your vision. And I cannot wait to see where girls. What is the girl dream again goes? But I'm excited to be a part. I'm excited to be a part.
I'm excited that you all are going to go with me.
Yes.
That's what I'm excited
be on the lookout. There's some things coming up. We're going to do some collaborating.
Absolutely.
She can cook, y'all.
And I just found out that she can sing. So we're going to
All
go
right,
there
this is enough tonight.
Okay, we're not going to I found that out, and I was going to ask about that. So, yeah, see.
Thank you all so much for joining us again. I don't know how that went left real quick. Everything. Like, thank you all so much for joining us again. I hope that you've heard something tonight that'll help you to synchronize that support system, and so that when you get to the place where you just get started, it's easy. It becomes really easy when you got the right people around you. And so my prayer tonight is that God will allow you to align with those people that'll help you get to exactly where it is that you need to be. I don't know where you are, but I want you to give it up for my panelists tonight. Thank you all so much. We'll see you all on the next time. Good night, everybody.
Good night.